please step forward up to the line.
Now, Jane, we don't have to go through with this. I'm the deadliest shot this side of the continent.
Chester McBester.
Chester, I thought I told you if I saw you out on these streets, I'd be challenging you to a duel right quick.
If you challenge me to a duel, you'll be doing it under World Federation of Dueling Compatriots rules.
Don't do it, Cobb! You're screwed if you have to follow the rules!
I may be! I may die because of this! I may die for all of you!
And you realize
Damn it,
the
Carl.
free north is gonna soon just be the north.
Each contestant will take 6 steps and then turn and fire. 1,
I was the last thing standing in their way.
2,
This is crazy news.
3,
Is it really because I'm a changeling that I can't find my own identity?
4,
We're so excited to see you die tomorrow, Cobb!
I don't think you've been honest to anyone ever, Cobb.
5.
You're screwed, Cobb. You don't stand a chance against me.
Hi-ya!
Hello, and welcome, travelers, to City of Town, an improvised D&D adventure. I'm Michael.
And I'm Casey. Now, Michael, what exactly is an improvised D&D adventure?
An improvised D&D adventure is an adventure that Casey and I are going to make up on the spot. No character sheets, no prep work, just infinite amounts of dragon slaying and infinite amounts of D&D improv fun.
That's right. Now, every adventure is around 60 minutes, and you do not have to have seen every other episode that came before, because every episode is completely standalone.
And you also don't have to have read all those pesky rulebooks. We loosely base everything off D&D 5e, but we never stress about following the rules. We never go and check the player's handbook or the dungeon master's guide. We make up spells, we make up feats, we butcher the backstories of races and characters. Because we're just all about improv D&D here. We don't need rules for that.
That's right. Now, we use 2 dice here over at City of Town. We use the D20 for all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks, and the D6 for everything else we come up with along the way. You'll know it when you see it. You'll see it when you know it.
You may have noticed that there are 2 of us here, and that means that one of us will be the player, and the other one will be the dungeon master. Now, this week, the player will be not me, which means it's Casey.
Woo! That's right. I'm going to be the player, and that means that Michael is going to be our dungeon master.
All right, Casey, are you ready to go on an epic improvised Dungeons & Dragons adventure?
Oh, heck yeah, man. You know I always am.
Okay.
But you know what? Now especially. I say I always am, but today I'm feeling it, man.
Were those other times lies?
I was lying through my teeth.
Dang, you really convinced me.
I know. I'm a great liar.
I never for a second doubted you.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Today I'm bringing it. I'm going to be a real player.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So get ready. Be on your A game because
I
I'm
will.
bringing it. I'm bringing S tier. I'm bringing top of the March Madness bracket. I don't know, whatever type of measurements there are.
All right. Well, I'm
A+.
glad. Well, I'm glad you're ready
Okay.
because our adventure begins as all other great adventures do, with your hand hovering over your holster, which contains a crossbow, and you look across the dusty street to another person who is also about to draw their crossbow.
Now, Jane, we don't have to go through with this. I'm the deadliest shot this side of the continent.
Oh, Cobb, you know we gotta go through with this, because this town's too big for both of us.
Okay. Well, I warned you. Hi-ya!
Oh, you just go for it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm so good, is because I don't wait for the countdown. I just shoot.
That's a special skill.
Yeah, absolutely. Do I get surprise on this or anything?
Uh,
How surprised is she? How's Jane doing over there? I'm worried about her.
Jane was not expecting it. It's your reputation, but for some reason, she didn't see it coming. So yeah, sure, go ahead, take surprise. Take advantage on this. Go ahead.
It's because, you know what, I'm a wild card. I'm an ultimate wild card, which means that I don't only do it right at the start. Sometimes I do it all around, you know? Sometimes we just show up and I shoot. It doesn't matter. I play it so loosey-goosey, people can't know. But they're also stuck in their old ways of, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to take 3 steps, turn and shoot. And I'm like, dude, I showed up a day before and I shot him.
You shot him
I'm
in
the
bed.
greatest marksman. I'm the greatest marksman that's ever been.
Why do people challenge you to duels anymore?
Constantly, dude. I'm actually on the duel circuit.
Oh,
so
okay.
right now I was just taking a vacation, but I've been traveling around a lot recently, winning a lot of like high rewards and everything through all these different types of dueling circuits and whatnot.
So this is actually one of your more fair duels that you've done.
Yeah.
You really gave Jane a chance.
I actually did. I gave her so many opportunities.
Let's see if you actually even hit.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
So you get advantage on this because you surprised her.
Thank God I get advantage. Oh my God.
What'd you roll?
I got a 19 plus 6, so I got a 25. Sorry, Jane.
With a 25, your arrow flies out of your 6-shooter, flings across the street. Gasps go off everywhere from all the people watching as the arrow flies straight at Jane. Her mouth opens, surprised, and it goes straight through her mouth and out the back of her skull. And she wobbles for a second in the middle of the street and then and falls forward dead, the dust from the street rising up in a cloud around her. It's silent for a moment, and then the crowd erupts around you. Everybody in the street going wild, chanting your name. Cobb! 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 Cobb!
Now settle down, folks. I gotta make a speech.
A hush comes over the crowd as everyone knows you make a
I make
speech
a
after
speech
you.
after every
It
kill.
always happens.
Yes, I'm super consistent as far as this goes.
You have a reputation that some people remember and other people conveniently don't.
Yes. Now, folks, you know I always like to give it up for my competitor. Now she may just be worm food.
Yeah, Jane was pretty cool.
Now who said that? I'm just kidding. I won't shoot you today.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
But don't mark me again.
Okay. You see someone slowly walking out of the back of the crowd and running away into the distance.
Now, folks, I've been on the dueling circuit for quite a long time now. But as I've told you, after this next tournament, I've decided to lay low my very trusty steed here, Crossy.
Everybody gasps. This is crazy news. You are prolific. So for you to retire, like,
It's a big deal.
Are duels even going to be the same without you in the circuit?
Well, and that's why, I've started, duels actually have been coming under scrutiny recently. There's been a lot of, within, every town I go to, there's as many people cheering it on as there are people booing it. There's been new laws popping up in different places. I mean, hell, even Sacramento, the best of cities for dueling, has recently had this new pathetic, wasely mayor who's trying to outlaw dueling. Folks, I just don't think I can do it no more. I've fought the good fight for too long. But now, as the times are changing, so must I.
Good. And somebody steps out of the crowd.
No, who said that? Who would dare say that during my speech?
A tall, spindly man wearing a very nice suit and one of those ties that has the little thing here and has the 2 pieces that come down.
Is that... Oh, Chester McBester.
Chester McBester, the president of the World Federation of Dueling Compatriots.
Chester,
The new organization that you're not a fan of because they want to bring rules to dueling.
I thought I told you. Yeah, I would not like this.
That mayor that you just talked about is a big supporter of this organization, and their headquarters is in his city.
Chester, I thought I told you if I saw you out on these streets, I'd be challenging you to a duel right quick.
If you challenge me to a duel, Cobb,
Yeah.
you'll be doing it under World Federation of Dueling Compatriots rules. I don't duel in some lawless manner such as yourself.
I ain't trying to fight with no lackadaisy hootenannies.
Well?
Why are you trying to destroy something so pure as a duel? Explain yourself in front of my compatriots.
This has become a legal game. The crowd is eating this up, by the way.
Also, really quickly, will you hand me that? Because we haven't stated.
Are we gonna figure out what race Cobb
I have
is?
no idea what race Cobb is. So
You roll for Cobb. You spin for Cobb.
'Kay.
I'll spin for Chester McBester.
Yeah, we're gonna utilize our classy. It can't be called a race wheel. That just sounds absolutely terrible.
They call them species now. That's apparently the thing.
Oh, really?
In the new rules that are coming out, change it to species.
All right. Well, this is our
Species
beautiful
wheel.
species wheel. Still okay. D&D. We're gonna give you a pass on this one, but species wheel also sounds terrible. So work on it. Put your best and brightest into it. We'll name it whatever you finally decide. But for right now, it's our species wheel. All right. Michael, anyone that you're cheering for here that you want it to be? I mean, it could be anything right now. It could be our beautiful Kenku. It could be a
Kind of
great
going for Goblin.
Goblin. Okay. All right, folks. Spin and spin, and now it is.
And
There.
it's changeling.
Oh,
You're a changeling.
I'm a changeling.
That's actually crazy.
as I'm
that
talking
actually
to
makes
the-
a lot of sense for this character.
It really does. Yeah, that's actually one of my strategies is I show up as different people sometimes. Sometimes when I'm dueling somebody, I will make myself look like their loved one so that they have to shoot at their loved one. It's super fun.
So far, only one person has.
Yeah, I've won every other match like that.
All right, hand me that and I'll see who Chester McBester is.
Now, also, I do want, just for flair, every time
Yeah.
I'm doing my great speeches, you see that, like, as I get more and more enraged, my body, like, my face starts to, like, take on multicolors, and it, like, really expresses how I'm feeling on my skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what Chester McBester is.
Okay.
I love that sound.
Turtle. Oh, my gosh. Wait, you haven't seen it yet. So can you guess what species you are?
Did I just roll owlbear?
Nope.
Oh, God. What did I roll?
What did you want me to be?
Oh, I'm a goblin!
my God.
So Chester McBester is a tall, spindly goblin. Much taller than most other goblins, but not as tall as a human is.
I almost called you short, but now I have to respect
Well,
your height.
I mean, as far as in relation to you, yeah, short.
Oh, okay.
But in relation to goblins, very tall.
What I just can't understand is that dueling in its truest form, that's such a way of goblins, trickery, and all of that. Why would you turn yourself against your entire species? It's disgusting.
How dare you bring my heritage into this? You don't even have a heritage.
That is grotesque, folks. He is attacking
You started
my
this heritage
changeling
battle.
nature. This is disgusting. Will you stand for this?
No one wants to watch duels where people just cheat, Cobb.
Ooh.
The crowd does ooh with that.
Ooh.
People want order. People want to have the best of the best compete in fair competition to see who is truly the champion.
Well, are you willing to stake your life on that?
Against you? Having to follow rules? Yeah. I'll stake my life on it. But
Very well.
there's going to be stipulations to make sure you actually follow those rules.
Folks, do you want to see me duel Chester McBester?
And he looks at you like, come on, when you say that. And the crowd does, of course, start going, whoa, yeah, yeah!
Well,
Kill him, Cobb!
thank you.
Strangle him in his sleep, Cobb! Poison his breakfast!
Folks, this, I do it for you. I duel for you. Fine. Well, I may be leaving this occupation soon enough, but I will leave my mark on it to the end. Fine, Chester McBester.
He looks at you again like, really?
You have got yourself a duel. Name whatever type of weaselly, pathetic, loathsome rules you must. I will still put this arrow through that gobbly black eye.
Chester smirks a little bit and goes, perfect. And he snaps his fingers, and the crowd parts as a wizard dressed like an old-timey cowboy wizard. Imagine that however you will.
Honestly, I'm imagining Doc from the third Back to the Future, but it like he's got just like leather chaps and a leather vest, but they have like etched in stars and things. It's honestly pretty sick.
That sounds
awesome.
awesome.
And then he's got a purple shirt because hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a flowy pirate shirt.
So this wizard walks out of the crowd holding a small wooden box. And he walks over to Chester McBester, who motions you forward. And Chester McBester opens the box. And you see 2 bronze rings inside the box. And he says, Cobb, these here cuffs are called the cuffs of rule following. They're enchanted to make sure that when the wearer cannot break any rules. I'm going to need you to wear these for the rest of the time between now and when we duel tomorrow at sunup.
Folks, am I stepping into a trap? Am I?
Don't do it, Cobb!
No.
You're screwed if you have to follow the rules.
I may die because of this. I may die for all of you.
Woo! Yeah, Cobb!
If I must,
Yeah, they just cheered for you dying. I'm not sure they understood. I think the message may have gotten garbled.
I'm just really trying to set the stakes of this. I'm a showman.
Yeah.
I'm a showman at my core. All right. I'll wear your shit-colored ring.
Chester and the wizard look at it just like, are they shit color? No, and they kind of look at each other like, what's he talking about?
Yeah, and as I walk up, I go, you got a mark on you, wizard. Does he look?
roll a deception check.
All right. Hey, that's a 14 plus 4,
He looks.
18. I was like,
He goes,
and actually, when I do that, it makes like a whip crack. It's like,
as Chester
I
McBester shakes his head and goes, this is really why we need why we need you to wear the cuffs, Cobb.
And he's actually laughing at that. Like, Cobb really found that pretty funny as he slides on the ring and he says, do you feel safe?
So there's 2 of them, so you slide on both of them. And you feel them both tighten down to be perfectly, they don't feel tight, but they are exactly now the width of your arms, and you cannot move them in any direction.
Do you feel safe, Chester?
Now that you're wearing those, your one advantage you've ever had is gone. Once you have to follow the rules, you're not any sort of special duelist. You're just a mediocre marksman.
Wow. Well, luckily you ain't no marksman of words. Otherwise, I'd be scared as I pull up my gun and I'm going to try to shoot it at him.
But you find that you can't pull the trigger.
Oh,
According to World Dueling Federation of Compatriots rules, you can't interact, you cannot fight or shoot at your opponent before sunup tomorrow when the duel starts and we've done our paces.
You son of a bitch.
No matter what you do, you can't try to harm me in any way.
Very well. Well, I'll leave you to, whatever you 2 boring f***s do. as I turn away, pretty upset.
I run a large dueling operation. We have matches going on all over the free north.
And as you say that, I keep walking as I go.
I'm an important businessman.
Yeah.
And I'm good at dueling.
Yeah. Keep it for the wind.
As you walk off and leave the crowd, you hear the crowd chanting your name as you turn the corner. Cobb! 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 You turn the corner, away from the crowd, away from Chester McBester. How you feeling?
What have I done? I told myself I was getting out of this. There ain't no way I can win this duel.
Oh, so you're feeling nervous.
As I look at my gun that I have, and I point it at a little statue a ways off, and I pull the trigger, and it shoots wildly to the right. This steed of mine that I've had for years, it's a trick. Whoever I shoot at, I always get a little bit of their hair, tie it to the string, tie it to the arrow beforehand, and whenever I fire, it will fire true.
Dang, that's rad.
Yeah, but it's not legal within these new laws.
I really like that Cobb is just in this alleyway alone, just monologuing to himself, demonstrating that his bow doesn't work, which he already knows. He's having a great time. Dang it.
Yeah, he is absolutely on his first person shit.
All right. So, I mean, you want to live through this, right?
Oh, man. With every battle I've gone into before, I've been the champion. I've been the best of the best. But now I just feel old. My knees are weak. My arms are tired. It just don't feel the same as it used to. I was almost out of this. But now my serpent tongue has put me right into death's embrace. Maybe I should just go.
And you also know Chester McBester is a good shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's no joke.
That dude's legit.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just need to go speak with Merida. See what she has to say.
Merida Tabernacle, the head of the owner of the Spittoon in town.
Yep.
The Spittoon Saloon.
Yeah. I'm going to go get a drink and see if Merida's in.
All right. So you head over to the Spittoon Saloon.
Yep.
You bust open the doors, and everything goes quiet as everyone sees Cobb walk in. The crowd inside this bar is thick, but every single person immediately notices you.
Now, careful, everybody. I have been promised to a new duel tomorrow at dawn, so you can count yourselves safe tonight.
Woo! We're so excited to see you die tomorrow, Cobb! Woo!
Okay. Except for you, get out of my chair.
That person does stand up and walk away from your chair and does the whole graciousness thing.
Yeah.
Take the chair.
As I stoically sit, but as I sit, I feel the weight of myself just as I outside of my body just let out a kind of a sigh.
Merida walks up. Well, actually, first Merida slides a bottle of whiskey down the counter. It passes 30 people as it comes right towards you. You gonna catch it? It's still sliding. You know it's for you. This is your thing.
Yep. And I think I go to reach for it, but I think I should have disadvantage on this.
Sure.
I'm giving myself a check, all right?
I mean, I'm not gonna take that away from you.
Yeah. Okay, well that was a 19. You know what? Yeah. As I'm feeling a little down on myself, but it's just
you got 19 with disadvantage.
I got an 18 with disadvantage. That was a straight 18, so it was a 21.
You do catch this.
Yeah, as I want to be sad and miss it, but my body just still has some of those tendencies as I just snatch it away and I grab it and then I grab myself a glass because I don't like to just drink straight from the bottle as I put a glass down and then Take a drink.
Merida walks up. You using a glass tonight? You must be scared.
Keep it down, Merida. Don't want everybody else to hear. Please, can that bard play something louder?
Hey, piano man, turn it up. And he does. He starts. And everyone starts dancing kind of uncontrollably, except for you. But everyone sort of leaves the bar and starts dancing. And now you guys are kind of alone.
Dude, that's so sick. Merida, you're the only person I've ever been honest to.
I think that's a lie. You haven't been honest to me.
Jeez. All right, well.
I don't think you've been honest to anyone, ever, Cobb.
All right, Merida, I'm trying to come clean on something. You want to hear it or not?
Sure. 50-50 chance, it's true.
Well, I'm not scared of this fight. Who am I kidding? Even then, I was trying to lie to you.
I could tell.
I'm woven into my own image. What am I? Is it really because I'm a changeling that I can't find my own identity? Outside of some performance some superficiality that I'm putting out for the world? It really messes with you when you look into the glass of a mirror and you don't even know whether you're looking at your true self.
And you do look into the mirror that's behind the bar. You're not just making eye contact with yourself, monologuing to yourself. There's nothing but you and this reflection of you in the mirror.
I'm just a reflection of myself, which is just a reflection of some man I want to be. You know, Cobb's not even my name. That's right. Cobb was the name of the first man I killed. This swashbuckling rogue. He traveled in. I was young, 10. I was just settling down for the night out in an alley. He had this great crossbow with him. I seen the trick of it. I knew that whoever he went against, it would strike him true. Well, I got to thinking, this man of great renown, people knew his name all over. They would chant his name as he came into town. People, I saw some of the greatest warriors and fighters of their time who would scurry away like a dog if they heard one whisper of Cobb. So I snuck up on him one night. And I stabbed him in the back. And I felt as his heart went to silence. And then I took what was his. I took his skin. I took his clothes. Well, I didn't peel off his skin. Jeez, Merida, I'm a changeling, remember. Focus up. Yeah, I'm monologuing for myself, but I'm also monologuing for you and you. Now,
you say this to her, and then you go back to your reflection of you in the mirror.
Yeah. I took all that he had, including that crossbow. And I swore that wouldn't be myself, because myself wasn't good enough. No. I will be the greatest marksman the world had ever seen. They would forget that there was a Cobb before me. All they would know was this Cobb, me. That no matter where I went, I'd be seen. No matter what I did, I'd be witnessed. Because people would be afraid that I was simply incarnate of death, destroyer of worlds. But now look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I got nothing but these bronze rings on and a sentence for the gallows.
When you look back at Merida, you realize she's like doing like accounting behind the bar. She looks up and goes, "Oh, you're done?"
I'll have another. And you look that I've actually finished this entire bottle.
Cobb, how are you? Cobb, you have a duel tomorrow. Why are you? You drank an entire bottle of whiskey in 5 minutes?
Oh, what does it matter?
Are you even trying to live? And she does, of course. As she's saying this, as she opens another bottle of whiskey for you and puts it down.
I'm gonna grab the bottle and I'm gonna actually turn to go upstairs. I'm gonna say, even my best friend don't know who I am. What does it matter if Cobb disappears?
As you walk away from the bar, Merida watches as you walk into the crowd, and the crowd completely obscures your body, and you disappear. And she goes, that is the most self-obsessed man I've ever known. And she goes back to accounting.
I'm going to go upstairs.
Okay.
I'm going to go to my room. And I'm going to pull out a little bit of aged chicken that is just in the corner, very unhealthy.
Aged chicken? Aged? Like finally aged?
Yes, finally aged. 28 days aged.
You're gonna die before the duel.
It's not for me.
Okay.
As I crumble it up and I say, here, enjoy your last meal. Probably won't be here tomorrow to continue feeding you. As I'm feeding my cat.
You're not gonna tell someone this is your secret, because the Spittoon Saloon actually does not allow cats.
Yeah.
So you've been keeping this cat a secret from Merida. So
Yeah.
your best friend won't even know that there's a cat up here. Because
Yep.
but actually,
The cat's name is Lullaby, by the way.
Lullaby is great. I do have a problem for you.
Okay.
You suddenly realize the cuffs burn a little bit. Not like causing you extreme pain, but you suddenly feel this overwhelming urge in your head. This cat needs to leave. It's against the rules for this cat to be in the Spittoon Saloon.
This is so fucking my
You don't need to kill it.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to kill it. I'm not going to kill the cat. No, I'm just... do I feel... Now, does this feel like I need to just kick the cat out? Or can I go with the cat?
The cat just needs to not be on the premises because it's against the rules for the cat to be inside the Spittoon Saloon.
This is what rules become. They turn us on our animals. On our most loved of things. Come on, Lullaby, we're getting out of here. Meow. As Lullaby, with her little dagger hands, drags herself up onto my shoulder.
It's actually vicious.
Yeah.
Go. It comes up and it's just perched on your shoulder, looking around like this cat's basically rabid.
But
also
I've been feeding
very
it diseased
loyal.
meat since it was young.
The room is also littered with dead mice and birds and just things this cat has gotten.
As I'll climb out the window, I don't want Merida to know that.
As soon as you leave, as soon as you get out the window, and you're are you climbing up to the roof,
I was actually,
or just climbing down the street?
interesting.
As soon as you're
I'll
out,
climb down to the street.
okay. Regardless of which direction you go, as soon
Yeah.
as you're outside the window, the cuffs stop burning, and you feel back to normal.
Interesting.
Because now the cat's outside the premises, so you're not violating the rules anymore.
Now this gives me a thought. I gotta go to the public library. I got a hunch.
All right, so we cut to you. We cut to you in the library. There is
Is there a no cat policy at the library? Come on, familiars exist.
Yeah, no, I don't think they thought about having a no. There's a no horses policy.
Sure.
But the
Yeah, why
cats
wouldn't
are
there be?
allowed.
Okay.
And it's a very small library.
Yeah.
It is basically one bookshelf. Half of the books are dedicated to dueling.
Wait, but can I add something to this world that I think would be pretty sick?
Of course you can.
All right. So there is, though, at every library a one single book that's you ask it questions and it pulls up information from all books or from all books and public records attached to this that are part of this library ecosystem. So there's libraries in different areas and you can ask it a question. It'll pull up the research information for you.
Fantasy internet. I
Yeah.
fucking love it. Yeah, you walk in, there's the one shitty bookshelf, and then there's a really This doesn't match the aesthetic of anything else in the town. It is a marble counter with big ornate pillars on either side of it that go up into like a metal antenna that is spewing up into the air and through a hole in the top of the library and
Dang.
out the roof. And on top of this marble countertop is a beautiful ornate leather-bound book.
Ooh, all right.
And it's currently closed.
Let's see if this hunch is true. Now, almighty book that can bring up information from all over. Who funds oh God, what's the organization?
The World Federation of Dueling Compatriots.
The World Federation of Dueling Compatriots. Who are some of its top funders?
Searching as the book flips open and all the pages start rustling like the wind is blowing. Clouds move in all of a sudden and cover up the hole in the roof of the library. Lightning strikes down into the antenna and the electricity crackles down in a weird spiral like DNA into the counter and into the book as the pages keep flipping. And suddenly they stop and it shows the picture of Mayor Dundleby from the town of Spindlewire, the man that you talked about earlier. He's the primary funder.
I knew it. If these bands can stop someone from breaking any rule, just in the world, that's too powerful. It can't just be for dueling. No. This mayor's gonna try to use it for so much more. Almighty book. How far, or in what towns has these bans that I've been used been put into trial?
Once again, the book starts moving. The storm comes in. The lightning happens. The book finally stops. And you see a map. And on the map, it's the map of the Free North. And you see red showing where the bans have been put into use. And it's pretty much encompassing the entire map, except for a small, tiny area right around this town. But there's one little dot in this town. The bans have been put in use everywhere else. And this is the last town. And you are the only person here with the bans. And you realize,
damn it,
the Free North is going to soon just be the North.
Why did I let this happen? I was the last thing standing in their way. The last trickster that might do something about this. And now I've handcuffed myself. Oh. No. But if I've already failed, what possibly could I do?
You could win the competition, and you see Merida is epically sitting with her arms crossed, leaning against the doorway of the library, looking at you.
Merida, I was just thinking about going talking to you. Did you know about this?
I'd heard rumors, but I didn't think much of them until the moment when you took that lullaby rabid cat of yours out of my saloon.
What? Did you know about lullaby?
Of course I knew about lullaby.
Jeez.
And the second I saw you take her out of that room, I realized those cuffs actually work. You never would have done that in any other circumstance. And that means, with how far those cuffs have spread, the Free North's going to be gone in no time at all. And I don't want that. Do you want that, Cobb?
No. I think it's disgusting.
Then
we have to fight against tyranny of all types.
We cannot let the Free North be some stupid rule-abiding territory. You need
But-
to win that competition tomorrow. You need to actually duel.
But
and
Merida-
follow the rules so that the rest of us never have to follow the rules ever again.
But Merida, how could I possibly follow the rules and win? I mean, you've seen Chester. That man has some type of supernatural ability. It's unbelievable how good he is with his shot.
Merida all of a sudden flings back her skirt, revealing a 6-shooter, brings it up, fires once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. And you look at the wall behind you and you see a perfect outline of yourself in the wall as she goes, "He's not the only one who's good, Cobb. I'll teach you.
Really? You'd do that?
We only got one night and you're pretty bad, but I think I can learn you a thing or two."
You know, you were right. Telling me that I'm selfish. That all I think about is myself. But what's so wrong with that?
You look into the mirror at the library and you catch a glimpse of your beautiful face.
Maybe we should all be a little bit selfish. Now, hold on. Wait, no. I'm doing it again. I'm sorry. I really had a point this time, Merida. I'm trying to change my ways.
Merida's actually a little impressed by this. She's like, she kind of looks at you and goes like, "Oh, wow."
I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to keep talking to you as I point to the mirror. Or you. Or you. Merida, let's get out of here. Let's go learn how to shoot.
And we cut to you and Merida in the back alley of the Spittoon Saloon. Your rabid cat Lullaby crawling around on like barrels and things, hunting mice. Brutally. She's already gotten like 50 of them. And Merida has set up some dummies. And you both have your 6-shooters. And she's teaching you how to shoot. Now, Cobb, when you fight a man fair and square,
Right.
you have to actually use your skills, you have to actually aim, and you have to actually have good reflexes. So, let's start off with aim. Go ahead and look straight down the barrel of that 6-shooter you got there and fire at that dummy.
I'm going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to fire. I do not get my plus anymore. That's a 7.
With a 7, it hits the wall of the Spittoon Saloon and does not hit the dummy. And we've got some work to do. So here's what we're going to do.
All right.
You're working with her for the next, you only have,
work until dawn. So
yeah, I mean,
whatever.
you're going to stay up all night.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on aiming. So go ahead and roll 3 d20s and tell me what numbers you roll.
Okay. 3. 15. Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right, so
Really
that's
needed that.
48. All right. So now we're going to work on your reflexes. Go ahead and roll 3 more d20s. And this is her training you.
Okay. I feel like every second it can be a nat 1. Okay, that's a 9.
9.
Ooh, an 18.
18.
5.
And a 5. Okay. And now we're going to work on just your overall dueling skill. So do the same thing and roll 3 d20s.
All right.
It's going to determine your bonuses for what you were doing tomorrow.
Okay. That's a 6.
6.
I told you it was just a matter of time. I told you. It's a nat 1.
Nat 1.
Wait, what was this for again?
This is determining your bonuses.
No. What's this one, though?
Oh, this overall dueling skill?
Yeah, it's... This one's bad. I got a 4.
Wow. Oh,
That
no.
one's atrociously bad.
All right. So, oh, geez. Okay. So you have a 48, a 32, and an 11. You and Merida practice all night long, firing off your crossbow. Lots and lots of misses. Lots and lots of dead mice dropped at your feet from Lullaby. Lots and lots of, oh my God. But also weird looks of like appreciation and like admiration from Merida, who's becoming more and more impressed with you as the night goes on. And how do you feel? Do you feel like you're getting better?
I feel like I keep taking steps forward, but like it's not going to make up for the severe lack of experience that I actually have. Like, this is just such a different thing that we're talking about when it's me actually being able to shoot versus me having this thing, and more me being the showman and my gun doing all of the work.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me real quick. Just a straight luck check.
All right. Not feeling good. That's a 3.
You line up your gun on your 6-shooter on the dummy in front of you. You pull the trigger. The arrow flies out, misses the dummy wide, and hits the wall. And just the slightest bit of sun breaks out over the horizon. And you realize your practice is over and it's time to head to the duel on Main Street.
It's hopeless. Merida, I'm gonna die, and worse than that, everyone who's counting on me is gonna be let down. Merida, I'm sorry.
Cobb, I've seen you get much better tonight. You started tonight an absolutely awful duelist. And now, you're a kind of okay duelist.
Okay.
And
not what I was hoping to hear, but all right.
well, here's the important part, Cobb. If you die, the Free North dies. And you are not going to let the Free North die.
You're right.
I know.
I'm not.
Now you get out there on Main Street and you kill Chester McBester. Fair and square.
Very well. Thank you, Merida. I mean that. As I turn and, with Lullaby at my heels, walk away.
You head out to Main Street. You see the town is much more busy at sunup than it usually is. It's before dawn, obviously, because sunup is when the actual duel takes place. But people are coming out of their houses. The crowds are filling in the street. And you are standing just around the corner from Main Street where the duel's about to begin. What do you want to do?
Lullaby?
She looks up at you.
You were always my best friend. I love you dearly. As I'm going to unclip the collar around her neck and say, who was I to tame such a beautiful beast?
As all of her fur just is like completely sticking out. She's looking around bug-eyed and wild.
Go on, get Lullaby.
She looks at you, lunges forward and bites your ankle. Lovingly.
Yeah.
But like it hurts a lot.
Come on, Lullaby. Go on, get.
And
I ain't messing around this time.
and she scampers up the wall like some sort of spider and disappears over the rooftop. And you hear the painful screams of birds immediately as they're dying on this rooftop.
I'm gonna miss that girl. All right. I'm going to walk out onto Main Street.
You turn the corner onto Main Street, and the crowd is thick on either side of the street. Tons of people, all the faces of the town, just chanting your name. Cobb! 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 Cobb!
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a duel? Woo! as I am trying to bring back my humph, my chutzpah and all of that, as I go, well, where is that cowardly, pathetic, rat-like Chester?
As you hear from across the street on the other side of the crowd, can't have a duel without me, as Chester McBester walks around the corner, the tall, spindly goblin with his nice western suit on.
Glad you still decided to show up, weren't too afraid.
I'm not the least bit afraid of a rule-abiding cob.
Well, I'll give you that. I sure am gonna be rule-abiding, and I'm still gonna be kicking your ass.
Well, let's do it then, cob.
Fine.
No sense gabbing.
After you.
Official. And from the crowd steps the referee, who is a shorter goblin, much shorter than Cobb, not much shorter than Chester McBester. And she's wearing a full dress, like a Western-style dress, but it has, like, the referee stripes going all the way down it.
Sick. Love it.
And she walks forward with a stick, draws a line right down the middle of the road, and says, "Both contestants, please step forward up to the line."
I will do so. I step up to the line.
Chester McBester also steps up to the line. You guys are nose to nose, looking right in each other's eyes at the line.
I'm at the line, and now I'm drawing a line right down your throat.
You're screwed, Cobb. You don't stand a chance against me.
We'll see.
Each contestant will take 6 steps back and then turn and fire. Contestants, turn away from each other. Chester turns away.
I slowly turn away. I look out at the crowd. I think about all the good times I've had.
A hush falls over the entire crowd. Contestants, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I put up my hand.
Timeout called by Cobb.
Yeah.
As Chester looks annoyed, just, why did I let that be a rule?
You know, Chester, I thought something about what you had said, what your rule-abiding kind want. You know, you put yourselves into these boxes. You draw them square. You hold them tight. You say, this is exactly how you have to act. But the thing is, Chester, no matter how strictly you write them rules, well, there's always a little way to squeeze out of them. Like you said, I have to follow all the rules. You said nothing about lullaby, though.
Who's lullaby?
You rat, you mouse, you bird worth hunting. Get 'em, lullaby. As I whistle.
Okay. All of a sudden, Lullaby launches herself off of the top of the Spittoon Saloon, spreads her arms out and legs out wide. Skin, like a flying squirrel, creates wings there as she soars down right towards Chester McBester. Teeth, fangs out, claws out, as she flies through the air. That's a 16 to hit Chester. She lands squarely on Chester's chest, startling him, her claws digging into him. He tries to get her off. Okay, you roll for Lullaby. I'm going to roll for Chester. We're going to do a grapple check. Jesus Christ.
Let's go. I got an 18.
With an 18, you easily beat his 10. Lullaby claws her way up around his shoulder and then down into his collar behind his neck and inside of his clothes, where she continues to just scratch and claw and bite, and he is just jumping around, punching at himself, trying to stop her, as you can see her just moving around inside of his clothes, causing all sorts of chaos. This man is completely overwhelmed by this cat.
I'll go look to the ref. I'd like to end my timeout now.
Timeout has ended. Both contestants, please step to the line. You step to the line. Chester steps to the line, still trying to get this cat out. Contestants, turn away from each other. Step and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I imagine on each count that Lullaby's just clawing deeper into him.
You can hear him. Yeah, oh, God. 6. And on 6, you both turn. Now we're going to use those points that we figured out earlier.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
You get so first we're going to roll a reflex roll.
Okay.
To see who draws quicker.
Okay.
So you have a +2 to your roll because of the training we did.
Ooh.
He had a +4, but because of Lullaby, he has now no advantage. He has no plus at all.
Let's
so
go.
He's rolling flat. So you have +2. What'd you roll?
12.
He rolls an 11. So you get your gun up slightly before him. You can see some fear in his eyes as he realizes you're faster than he is on the draw. And now we're gonna roll the accuracy check to see, once you pull that trigger, will you actually hit him? So
wait, what do I get?
you have a +1.
Oh, okay, I got a 16.
With a 16, you are right on the money. You fire. He fires. But you notice that when you pull the trigger, your arrow doesn't fly out of the gun like it's supposed to. Instead, the bolt in your crossbow moves forward and then flips under and goes back inside of your own gun.
What the hell?
But you do feel a whiz as a crossbow bolt passes by your head and heads straight across towards Chester McBester. Goes straight between his eyes and out the back of his skull, blowing his brains across Main Street as he falls to the ground dead. And his crossbow bolt that he fires goes wide and lands harmlessly in the street.
As I stare forward, not even looking back, I say, "Nice shot, Merida."
That is exactly what happened. Merida replaced your gun with a fake one, and she is out there somewhere with a sniper and just took out Chester McBester.
Damn. Really thought I might have even just hit him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you Chester McBester.
The crowd goes absolutely wild. Cobb! 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 The referee blows her whistle. Your winner, fair and square, is Cobb! The crowd... But you see one unhappy face. Up on the balcony of the Spittoon Saloon, looking down on this whole scene, is Mayor Dundelberg from Spindlewire. Looking down, smirking at you, clearly very unhappy that you just killed his representative.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must make my monologue.
The crowd hushes.
You see, they laid before me a trap, saying that the only good life is one of following rules. Well, I give you your rules, follower, drenched in blood. And I tell you that the only truth we have in this life is that we must take it, ride it as hard and as long as we can. And we must know when to hold them and when to fold them. Folks, now is not my time to fold them. I am not leaving the game of dueling.
Whoa, what? Come!
I am taking this all across the free north because that's what this is. It's a free north.
The free north! Free north!
And I look up at the mayor and I tip my cap to him and I say, I'll be seeing you soon.
I'll see you soon too, Cub. As the mayor nods at you, looking angry, turns, and walks away. And that is where we will end our adventure. Will the Free North survive? Find out never, because we're never coming back to this.
Yep, that's it. It's one episode, 60 minutes, and then we're out, folks.
Each episode is completely standalone.
Michael, thank you so much. That was awesome. I
Thank
loved
you,
being
Casey.
a cowboy. I loved every part of that. What a wonderful time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, leave down below which character you liked the most, why it was definitely Lullaby. You know,
Lullaby rocked.
what type of creatures Lullaby is besides a cat, because there's obviously something else going on there. Please, if you liked the show, make sure that you go and tell somebody else about it. It's the only way that this grows. We really appreciate you watching, and we will see you in our next adventure.
See you next time.